Okay, shalom to Israel. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakadam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. Salakia, just a second. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. The Isupk, since 1969, has been teaching the truth of the Bible, and that truth includes the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians are the true Jews, the Israelites, God's chosen people, the future rulers of the planet Earth, under Yahweh Shai Mashiach, known to the world as Jesus Christ. Isupk is the home of the truth, the origin of the truth here in modern days, right? That's brought to the Israelites, okay? If you're not in the Isupk under Commandant General Yohana, you're simply not in the truth, okay? Once again, I say shalom. I'm Officer of 1,000 Yanazar here in beautiful Durham, North Carolina. And this morning, we're going to perform the Sabbath service, right? So if you want to join in the reading after we do the prayers, I'll give you the instructions in just a moment. So with that being said, we're going to commence the Sabbath service. Wapadak Kadam, which means turn and face the east, and we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'aratazar, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lenawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawum, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabiaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwith, Waha'ala, Wahafaparith, La'aiwalamyam, Aman. In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. The prayer for the power, the Hakak, in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathan Lenawa, Hakak, Hakak, La Para'ah, Kau Makala, Wakau Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazarayam, Matazarayam, Hakak, La Hakwiyam, Hamathiam, Hakak, Al Raraka Wath, Hatama'ala, Lagarashan, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Wada Amun. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, and the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. The prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Allahayim, Matazaba Ya'ab, Allah Wap Yahana, Ha Allah Wapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayanyam, Ha Koyoyoyam, wa Ha Kwatian, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahahariam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Aliathun, Lamawat, Regalaka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Mayata, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dami Alaka, Al-Fakarash, wa Al-Fashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Awayabiaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Aimaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'aitazawa, Al-Taza Pawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, wa Yashimai Alayam. Mawa'aba, wa Hagarium, Gabal, wa Imawan, wa Imalak, Palashath, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamajin, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabian, Banakal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan, Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'arama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Nabmawa, Kayarab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazol, Mana'ai, Kal, Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarashah, Lanawa, Ath, Na'awath, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogela, Kakwash, Lapanya Rawaka, Kaash, Tabia Ira, Yaira, Wa Kalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Daradapma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wayabaholwa, Aijaid, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadayawa, Kaya Ata, Shamka, Yahweh, Labatka, Aliyawan, Alkal, Aratazar. In the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin. At the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor, they became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel as the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sir, please return. Shah wish to be seated. Okay, once again, this is the live and official Sabbath service, and if you want to tag along and read along with us, you can go to your blue letter Bible, right? And we're going to start at the book of Numbers, chapter 3 and verse 33, right? Just type it on in there. Numbers 3 and 33. Go. Okay. So now when you get to Numbers 3 and 33, right, you'll see to the right, just to the right, you'll see a little box there that says tools. And you hit that, and the Hebrew will come up. And if you want to read the Hebrew, you'll have it there, Salakia. And you can follow along in the Hebrew. Okay, so this is the book of Numbers, chapter 3, and verse 33. So if you didn't know, in case, what we do is we read 7 sets of 7 scriptures, which is a total of 49. And we're going to begin at Numbers, chapter 3, and verse 33 in the Hebrew. Lamararia, Mashapakath, Hamakalia, Wamashapakath, Hama Washia. Allah Hum Mashapakath Auraria. My phone is malfunctioning here. Just give me a second. Verse 34. Wapaquadium. Bama Sapar. Cal. Zakar. Mabun. Kadash. Wama Ilah. Shashath. Alapunium. Wama Athium. Verse 35. Wanashia Bayath Ab Lama Shapakath Mararia Tazo wa Raya Allah Bun Abaya Kayal Al Yaraka Hama Shakan Yakana. Oh Lord, please. Abia Kayal Al Yaraka Hama Shakan Yakanwa Tazapana. Verse 36. Wapa Quadath Masha Marath Banya Moraria Korashia Hama Shakan Waba Raya Kayawa Wa Aima Dayawa Wa Adunyawa Wa Kalyawa Wa Kal Ibadathwa. Verse 37. Wa Imadya Hakatazar Sabayab wa Dunyahum Waya Thadathum wa my Yathar Rayathum. Verse 38. Waha kunyam lapanya hama shakan kwadama lapanya ahol mawa'aid maza raka masha wa aharon wa ba nayawa shamarium masha marath hama kodash lama shamarath banya yasha'ala wa hazawar salakia wahazar salakia hakarab yawa math. And verse 39. Verse 39. Cal Pakwadia Hala Wayam Ashar Pakwad Masha wa Aharon Al Paya Yahweh Lama Shapakatham Kal Zakar Mabun Chadash Wama Ilah Shanyam Wa Aishorium Alap. So now we're going to go back to Numbers chapter 3 and verse 33 in the English. Of Merari was the family of the Mahalites, and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari. Verse 34. And those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, was 6,200. Verse 35. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Haba'al. These shall pitch on the sides of the tabernacle northwards. Verse 36. And under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle and the bars thereof and the pillars thereof and the sockets thereof and all the vessels thereof. Verse 37. And the pillars of the court round about and their sockets and their pins and their cords. Verse 38. But those that encamp before the tabernacle towards the east, even before the tabernacle of the congregation eastward, shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons, keeping the charge of the sanctuary for the charge of the children of Israel. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Verse. Hey, shalom, sister, not Shema. Yahweh Shema, let them by Shema Shai. Shalom to Sister Jewel. Okay. Yahweh Shema, let them by Shema Shai. I appreciate you, sisters, tuning in. Okay. Verse 39. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of the Lord, throughout their families, all the males from a month and upward were 22,000. So now this is the book of Numbers, chapter 3 and verse 40 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar Yahweh al Mashah, Paquad, Cal, Bakar, Zakar, Labunya, Yasha'ala, Mabun, Chadash, Wama Ilah, Washa'ath, Masapar, Shamathum. Verse 41. Wala Kwakath Ath, Ha La Wayum, Laya Anya Yahweh, Thakath, Kal Bakar, Salakia, Babunya Yasha'ala Wa'ath, Bahamath, Ha Layawum, Salakia, Hala Wayum, Thakath, Kal Bakar, Baba Hamath, Banya Yasha'ala. Verse 42. Waya Paquad Mashah Ashar Tazawa Yahweh Athwa Ath Kal Bakar Babunya Yasha'ala. Verse 43. Wayahaya Kal Bakwar Zakar Bama Sapar Wamawath Salakia Shemawath Mabun Kadash Wama Ilah Lapaquadiahum Shanyam Wa Isharium Alap Shalasha Washa Ba'ayim Wama Athium. Oh boy, this is frustrating. Salakia. And the Lord, Salakia. Verse 44. Wayadabar Yahweh al Mashallah Amar. Verse 45. Quak Ath Hala Wayum Thakath Kal Bakwar Babunya Yasha'ala Wa'ath Bahamath Ha Lawaya La Hala Wayum Thakath Bahamath Bahamathum Salakia Bahamathum Waha Yawa Laya Ha La Wayum Anya Yahweh. Verse 46. Wa'ath Padia Padawayaya Hashalasha Waha Shaba'ayim Waha Ma'athium Ha'ai Dapayam Al Hala Wayam Maba Bakwar Banya Yasha'ala. Okay, so now we're going back to the English. We're going to Numbers 3 and 40 in the English. And the Lord said unto Moses, number all the firstborn of the males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. Verse 41, and thou shalt take the Levites for me, I am the Lord, instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of all the firstlings among the cattle of the children of Israel. And Moses numbered, as the Lord commanded him, all the firstborn among the children of Israel. Verse 43, and all the firstborn males by the number of names from a month old upward, of those that were numbered of them were 20,213. Verse 44, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 45, take the Levites instead of the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am the Lord. Verse 46, and for those that are to be redeemed of 213 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, which are more than the Levites. This is the book of Leviticus, the book of Numbers, chapter 3 and verse 47 in the Hebrew. Wala kwakath, hamashath, kamashath, shakwolium, lagalath, bashakwal, hakwadash, thakwak, Isharium, Gorah, Hashakwal. Verse 48. Wana Tatha Hakasap la Aharon wala Banyawa Padiawaya ha Idapium Bahum. Verse 49. Wayakwak Masha'ath Kasap Hapadiawai Hapadiawum Ma'ath Ha'idapium Al Padiwayaya Ha La Wayam. Verse 50. Ma'ath Bakwawar Banya Yasha ala Lakwak Ath Hakasap Kamasha Washashayim Washalash Ma'awath Wa Alap Bashakwal Hakwadash. Verse 51. Wayathun Masha'ath Kasap Hapadium La Aharon Wala Bunyawa Al Paya Yahweh Ka'ashar Tazawa Yahweh Ath Mashah. I gotta do it the long way. Okay, so now we're in the book of Numbers, chapter 4, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar Yahweh al-Mashah al-Aharon la-Amar. Verse 2. Nasha'ah ath Ra'ash Banya Kwakath Mathawaka Banya Lawaya Lama Shapakatham Labayath Abatham. So now we're going to go back to the book of Numbers. Three and 47 to 46. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 3, and verse 47 in the English. Thou shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the pole, and after the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs. Verse 48. And thou shalt give money wherewith the odd numbers of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. And Moses took the redemption money of them that were over and above them that were redeemed by the Levites. Verse 50. And the firstborn of the children of Israel took the money. Of the firstborn of the children of Israel took he the money 1,365 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. Verse 51. And Moses gave the money of them that were redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons, according to the word of the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. So what they were doing is that they were, trading money for cattle so that the Levites could have money to perform their duties and maintain the tabernacle or the house. So now we're going to Numbers 4 and 1 in the English. My Blue Letter Bible is all messed up, and I don't know how to get it back to the format that I need, but I'll work it through. Okay, so now, here we go. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 2, take the sum of the sons of Kohath, and from among the sons of Levi, and after their family by the house of their father. Okay, so now we're going to the book of Numbers, chapter 4 and verse 3 in the Hebrew. Mabun Shalashim Shana, wa ma'ila, wa aid, bun, kamashium, shana, kal, ba'a, la tazaba'a, la ai shawath, malaka, ba ahol, mawa'aid. Verse 4. Za'ath, ibadath, banya, kwahath, ba'ahol, mawa'aid, kwadash, hakwadashium. Verse 5. Aharon, wa banyawa, banasai, hama kana, waha, wa radwa, ath, parakath, hamasak, wakasawa, baha, ath, aran, ha'adath. Verse 6. Wanathunwa, aliyawa, kasawaya, iwar, thakash, waparashwa, bagad, kalyal, thakalath, ma'ila, washamwa, badyawa. Verse 7. Wa'al, shalakhan, hapanyam, yaparashwa, bagad, thakalath, wanathunwa, aliyawa, ath, hakwa irath, wa'ath, hakapak, wa'ath, hama nakwayath, wa'ath, kwa shawath, hanasak, wanakam, hafa mayad, aliyawa, yahaya. Verse 8. Waparashwa, al, yahum, bagad, thawa la'aith, shanya, wakaswa, athwa, bamakasa, iwar, thakash, washamwa, ath, badyawa. And verse 9. Walakwakwa, bagad, thakalath, wakaswa, ath, manarath, ha ma'awar, wa'ath, narathia, wa'ath, malakwakia, wa'ath, ma'kwathathia, wa'ath, kalya, shamana, ath, yasharathwa, laha, bahum. Okay, so this is the book of Numbers, chapter 4 and verse 3 in the English. From 30 years old upward, and even until 50 years old, all that enter into the host to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. This shall be the service of the sons of Kohath. This is verse 4. This shall be the service of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation about the most holy things. Verse 5. And when the camp setteth forward, Aaron shall come and his sons, and they shall take down the covering veil and cover the ark of testimony with it. Verse 6. And shall put thereon the covering of the badger skin, and shall spread over it a cloth wholly of blue, and shall put in the staves thereof. Verse 7. And upon the table of the showbread they shall spread a cloth of blue, and put thereon the dishes and the spoons and the bowls, and covers to cover with all, and the continual bread shall be thereon. Verse 8. And they shall spread upon them a cloth of scarlet, and cover the same with a covering of badger skin, and shall put in the staves thereof. And verse 9. And they shall take a cloth of blue, and cover the candlesticks of the light, and his lamps, and his tongues, and his snuff dishes, and all the vessels thereof, wherewith they minister unto it. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4, and verse 10 in the Hebrew. Wana thunwa, atha wa ath, kal, kalya, al, makasa, I wore, thakash, wana thunwa, al, hamba, shalakit, hama wat. Verse 11. Mazabak, no, salak, Ilah, salakia once again, wa'al, mazabak, hazahab, yaparashwa, bagad, thakalath, wakasawa, athwa, bamakasa, I wore, thakash, washamwa, ath, badiawa. Verse 12. Wala kwakwa, ath, kalya, hasharath, ashar, ya, sharathwa, bum, bakwadash, wana thunwa, al, bagad, thakalath, wakaswa, awathum, bamakasa, I wore, thakash, wana thunwa, al, hamawat. Verse 13. Wada shunwa ath hamazabak wa parashwa aliyawa bagad aragaman. Salakia. Verse 14. Inathunwa, Al-Yawa, Ath, Kal, Kal-Yawa, Ashar, Yasharathwa, Al-Yawa, Salakia, Ath, Hama, Kathath, Ath, Hama, Salagath, Wa'ath, Haya Ayam, Wa'ath, Hama, Zarakwath, Kalya, Hamazabak, Waparashwa, Alyawa, Kasawaya, I wore Thakash Washamwa Badyawa. Salakia for that. Okay. Most High in Christ. Verse 15. And when Aaron and his sons have made an end of covering the sanctuary and all the vessels of the sanctuary as the camp is set forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to bear it, but they shall not touch any holy thing lest they die. These things are the burden of the sons of Kohath in the tabernacle of the congregation. So what we're reading is that certain families had certain responsibilities pertaining to the upkeep of the tabernacle, which was a huge tent that whenever they moved, they had to tear it down or disassemble it and then put it back together. And different families had different responsibilities for different portions of the tabernacle. That's what we're reading here. Understand? And these families were the families of the Levites, who, of course, was given the priesthood, right? Verse 16, and to the office of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, pertaineth the oil of the light, and the sweet incense, and the daily meat offerings, and the anointing oil, and the oversight of all the tabernacle, and of all that therein is, in the sanctuary, and in the vessels thereof. So this brother Eleazar was in charge of the actual maintaining or the maintenance of the inner part of the tabernacle, or the huge tent that was like a temporary temple to the Most High. Okay? This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4 and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar Yahweh al-Mashah wa al-Aharon la Amar. Verse 18. Al Thakara Salakia Thakarayathwa Af Shabbat Masha Pakath Hakwa Hai Salakia Hakwa Hathia Mathawad no Mathawaka Hala Wayam. Verse 19. Waza'ath Aishawa Laham Wahayawa Wala'ah Yamathwa Bagashathum Ath Quadash HaQuadashium Aharon Waba Nayawa Waba Awa Washamwa Awathum Ayash Al Ibadathwa Wa Al Masha'awa. Verse 20. Wala'a Yaba'awa Lara Awath Kabalai Ath Hakwadash Zamathwa. Verse 21. Wayadabar Yahweh al-Mashallah Amar. Verse 22. Nasha'ah Ath Ra'ash Banya Garashwan Gum Hum Bayath Abathum Lama Shapakathum. Verse 23. Mabun Shalashium Shana Wama Ila Aid Bun Hamashium Shana Thapaquad Awathum Kal Haba'a La Tazaba'a La Ibada Ba'ahol Mawa Aid. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4, and verse 17 in the English. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Cut ye not off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites, Verse 19. But thus do unto them that they may live and not die. When they approach unto the most holy things, Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint them every one to his service and to his burden. So what he's doing here, he's making sure that these brothers from the family of Kohath don't make a mistake. So he's going to have Aaron there, or Aaron, one of his sons, who he's going to have to make sure to instruct them on what they need to do in the temple, because certain things in the temple nobody could touch but the high priest and his sons, which was Aaron and his Eleazar and his sons, right? Verse 20. But they shall not go in to see when the holy things are covered, lest they die. So the responsibility of making sure these brothers don't make a mistake falls on Aaron and the high priest, his sons, right? Okay. Verse 21. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take also the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the houses of their families by their families. Verse 23. From 30 years old and upward until 50 years old, thou shalt number them, all that enter in to perform the service, to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 4 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Za'ath, Ibadath, Mashapakath, Hagarashnia, La'ibad, Wala Masha'ah. Verse 25. Wana Sha'awa Ath, Yara Ya'aith, Hamashakan Wa'ath, Ahol Mawa'aid, Maka Sahawa, Wabakasa, Hatha Kash, Ashar, Al Yawa, Mala Ma'ila, Wa'ath, Masak, Pakat, Salakia, Pathak, Ahol, Mawa'aid. Verse 26. Wa'ath, Kwala Ayah, Ha Katazar, Wa'ath, Masak, Paktak, Sha'ar, Ha Katazar, Ashar al Hama Shakan, Wa'al Ha Mazabak, Sabayab, Wa'ath, Maya Thorathiahum, Wa'ath, Kalya, Abadatham, Wa'ath, Ashar, Ya Aisha Lahum, Wa'ibadwa. Verse 27. Al Paya Aharon Wabunyawa Thahaya Kal Ibadath Banya Hagarashna Hagarashnia Lakal Masha'am Walakal Ibadatham Wapa Quadatham Alaham Bama Shamarath Ath Kal Masha Am. Verse 28. Wama shapak banya ha grashnia ba'ahol mawa'id wama shamaratham bayad ayathamar bun aharon hakahan. Verse 28. Za'ath, Ibadath, Mashapakath, Banya, Hagarashnia, Bahol, Mawa'id, Wama, Shama, Ratham, Bayad, Aya, Thamar, Ban, Aharon, Hakahan. Verse 29. Bunya Moraria, Lama Shapakatham, La Bunyath, Abathum, the Paquad, Athum. Verse 30. Mabun, Shalashium, Shana, Wama Ilah, Wa'id, Bun, Kamashium, Shana, Tha, Paquadum, Paquadum, Kal, Haba'a, La Tazaba'a, La Ibad, Ath, Ibadath, Ahol, Mawa'id. Verse 31. Waza'ath, Masharath, Salakia, Mashamarath, Ma Sha'am Lakal, Abadatham, Bahal, Ba'ahal, Mawa'id, Quarashia, Hama Shakun, Waba Raya Thayawa, Wa Ima Wadiawa, Wa Adunyawa. Okay, this is the book of Numbers chapter 4 and verse 24 in the English. In the service of the family, this is the service of the family of the Gershonites to serve for burden. So this is their job. That they bear the curtains of the tabernacle and the tabernacle of the congregation, his coverings, and the covering of the badger skins that is above upon it, and the hanging of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So what we're seeing here also is the organizational skill and the sharing of responsibilities pertaining to this tabernacle. You understand? So there's rank and order here. You understand? Which is essential to anything to function correctly. You have to have rank and order for things to function aright, right? So that's what we're reading about here, okay? This is the last set. Verse 26, and the hangings of the court, and the hanging for the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and their cords, and all the instruments of their service, and all that is made for them, so shall they serve. Verse 27, at the appointment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites, in all their burdens, and in all their service, and ye shall appoint unto them in charge all their burdens. So they have to put somebody in charge of that family to do the work. Verse 28. This is the service of the family of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation. And their charge shall be under the hand of Lithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. Verse 29. As for the sons of Merari, thou shalt number them after their family by the house of their fathers. From 30 years old and upwards, even unto 50 years old, shalt thou number them, every one that entereth into the service to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregations. Verse 31. And this is the charge of their burden according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation, the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof. These are the things that, the boards, these are the things that upheld the actual tent or the tabernacle, the boards on the sides and the things that held them up. Okay? So that concludes the 7 sets. And with that, Minavisual, I Majim, Wapandak Kwadam, which means turn and face the east. Which means turn and face the east. Once again. Oh, Salaki, just give me a second, please. Once again, Wapandak Kwadum, which means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew first. Abanawa, Shabash Shemayim, Kwadash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Natanlanawa, look, come, Cow, Yawum, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabiaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Chaya, Laka, Hamalakwith, Waha'ala, Wahathaparith, La'Iwalumium, Amun. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever, so be it. The prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathunna Nawa, Hakak la Para'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Matawa, Hakak la Tahar, Ha Matazarayam, Hakak la Hakwiyam, Hamathiam, Hakak al Raraka Wath, Hatama Allah, Lagarashan, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Tawada Amun. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. The prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew, Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Allahayim, Matazaba Ya'ah, Allah Wap Yahana, Ha Allah Wapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kotazayanyam, Ha Koyoyoyam, wa Ha Guatian, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Amun. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Al-Haharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Aliathun, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wawa, Wa'atka, Mayata, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord, Yahweh is thy keeper. That Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even evermore. Even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dami Alaka, Al-Fakarash, Wa Al-Fashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al-Tazapawan Yaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Chaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabol, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashath, Imeshabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam Hayawa Zerawai Labanya Lawat Salah Aishalaham Kamajin Kasaya Sara'a Kayabian Banakal Kwayashwan Nashamadwa Baayan Da'ara Hayawa Daman La Arama Shayatamwa Nada Yabmawa Ka Arab Hayawa Salakia Wakazaba Wakazabak Wakatazal Mana'ai Kal Nasaya Kamwa Ashar Amarwa Nayarasha Lanawa Ath Na'awath Alahayam Alahaya Sayatamwa Kagogala Kakwash La Panya Rawaka Kaash Tabia Ira Yaira Wakalahaba Talahat Harayam Khan Taradapma Basairaka Wabasa Wapathka Tabahalam Mala'a Panyahum Kwalawan Wayabakwashwa Shimka Yahawa Yabashwa Wayabaholwa Aija'aid Wayakaparwa Wayabadwa Wayadayawa Kaya Ata Shimka Yahawa Labadka Al-Yawan Al-Kal Ha-Aratazar. In the English, keep not thy silence, O God, O Yahweh Salakia. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, and of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them, and they have holpen the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sarah, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah and Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind. And the fire burneth, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sorry. Shalom to everybody for attending, for tuning in. That concludes the Sabbath service. Okay, so I'm going to read the security announcements. Security announcement. We are the ISUP case out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, If a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, of course, tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow, right here, you understand, is the feast of HaKanukah. The Hanukkah dedication, the Feast of Dedication tomorrow here. You understand, everybody's invited. You know what it is. It's actually my second favorite feast day. And remind Akim and Akwatian to check on social media such as isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. I believe the class starts at 7. It starts at 7 tomorrow. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, shalom to Israel. Yahweh Shemel Shah Barakatam. Yahweh Shemala Thun Ba Hashem Yahweh Shah.